What's up, Stu?
Hey, Jim.
Dude,
Let's do it
it's the end of July.
already.
It's the
It
end
was
of
a hot one. It
July.
was a hot one, Jim. I won't lie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna
Toasty.
say the problem is that 3 months, 4 months, 5 months from now we'll be whining for hot weather. So it
That's
is
true.
what it
I
is.
am acclimated. I am ready for the heat now. I'm
Yeah,
almost
well
cold in the AC.
okay. Well, I'm glad because when I say evergreen, because we're finishing up evergreen training, evergreen webinar month. And this, thinking of evergreen, I usually think of evergreens out in the snowy field or something, and they're green and they're, even if it's chilly.
Yeah.
So, total side thing, talking about getting tired of it being hot and ready for it being cold. So, I watched a podcast about a month ago, and the guy was talking about he was in Antarctica, and they have a sauna in Antarctica that gets up to like 210 degrees, which is way too hot for me.
Isn't
My
that
sauna gets
boiling?
up to like 100 and it's getting up close to it, dude. That's some crazy
Yeah.
people over in like Norway that sit
Yeah.
in a sauna and have a hot frying pan in there and like cooking eggs. That's too hot. But they said they do the round the world challenge, and so they get in the temperature gets down to minus 100. So they get in this sauna and sit in there at 210 degrees. Then I don't know if they butt naked or not, but they come running out of the sauna and they literally run around the South Pole. And so they're hitting every single time zone in the world in that run out of the sauna, and it's a 300 degree swing
Mm,
in environment. So I
damn.
told Terry this winter, because I ain't doing any of that polar bear stuff, but I am going to get in my sauna, get it up to like 140, and then if it gets down to like 0 or below freezing, and then I'm going to run around the garage screaming, like, and Terry said, I think you better talk to your doctor before you do that.
That's a good point.
um, yeah, so anyway, that's totally random. So there you
That would
go.
be something random.
Okay.
And
So
we didn't do a very good job at making this an evergreen show, even though we're talking about being evergreen since we talked about the month of July already in the
true,
intro.
yeah. We
So
blew it.
so
Okay.
there you go. There's one way to screw it up, folks.
Yeah, but I don't think your podcast episodes always have to be evergreen.
They don't. They don't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if you're trying to make evergreen content, don't do
Yeah.
what we did.
We screwed the pooch in the middle of the front yard during rush hour on that one. So, yeah. Okay. So, Stu, we've talked about a ton of stuff this month. The masterclass, I showed how to set the whole thing up, how to specifically showing how to evergreen your emails and go from live to evergreen. And we've talked about pretty much anything and everything you could talk about. Now, the thing to end on is I got my evergreen funnel set up. What's the last step?
Driving eyeballs to it.
Yeah, eyeballs. And that in some respects is the part where everybody falls down, or the part where everybody thinks, okay, I guess I have to go blow a bunch of money on Facebook ads. And some people, in some people's mind, I need to go flush a bunch of money down the toilet on Facebook ads. And I think it would be good for us to discuss that that is not the only way to drive traffic to your evergreen funnel. And I'd be curious, before I start launching into my mini masterclass on this, to hear what you think. Like, if you have, I mean, you drive traffic uh to your store all the
Every day,
time
Jim.
inside. Yeah,
Every day.
every day.
It's not only evergreen, it's every day.
Made me think of Ron Burgundy right then. Every day, Jim, every day. Okay. So, what are your main ways of driving traffic?
Uh, First is blog post,
Okay.
social media share,
Okay.
newsletter,
Okay. And that's an email newsletter.
email newsletter. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Just a normal blog post in the day. I mean, I guess we've already
Yeah.
answered social
You said
media,
blog
but
post.
yeah. But instead of a blog post, it's just a post, like cool video, picture, so I don't know if that counts as social media, but I'm just trying to get
Sure, counts or
eyeballs.
whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you ever promote your posts? Do you ever
Yeah.
have one that pops?
Usually what I will do is I will test it out. And if it's getting a lot of buzz and clicks, then I will boost it on both Instagram and Facebook.
Okay. What about what about military.com and stuff?
Oh, my articles there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't necessarily put ads on there, but every article I write sends people to my store. So,
Yeah. But I mean
yeah.
that's
Yeah, I do that 3 times a week.
okay. So you actually are doing the three types of traffic. You can buy traffic, which is a promoted post.
Yep.
It can also be ads, which a promoted post is basically an ad. Anything you pay to get somebody to show up is an ad. You can call it a bunch of different stuff, and it just makes the little redheaded monkey richer when we give him money, but that's the deal. So you could also do this by buying ads in people's newsletters. You could do this, but it's basically here's money, send me traffic, and hopefully I make more money than I paid out. That's the game. So the next way is to borrow, and that means you're borrowing other people's traffic. That's basically what you're doing with military.com.
True.
Now, you could do it with guest blog posts on other people's websites. You could do it typically borrowing traffic. You also do that with affiliates. So people promote your stuff and borrow, hey, can I have it? And I'll pay you back later. That kind of thing. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. You remember who said that?
I don't.
Wimpy from Popeye.
Ah, okay, that's a good one.
Okay. But that's basically give me the traffic and I'll pay you some kind of way. In this case, you're not paying them with money, you're paying them with content and have been paying them with content. And I think at one point they were paying you. I'm not trying to put your business out in the street, but what I'm saying is somebody else has traffic and you're getting traffic from them by trading them money afterwards or by giving them content up front or both. And then the last way is by building traffic. And in some cases, I mean, social media kind of is over here too, because you don't really own it. And building it is kind of the same as owning. The only traffic that you really own is your own personal blog and email. Everything else, social media, you're borrowing traffic from the redheaded monkey Zuckerberg. You're not, you don't own that. You don't own that list. You don't own anything. And so you need to look at traffic, not just as this amorphous thing of, hey, I got to get traffic to my evergreen funnel, but buy, borrow, own, or build. So, and everybody asks, well, which one should I do? And the answer is
all of them.
All three. Right. Now, they have some differences between them. Buying traffic is something that you can make pretty steady and you can scale it. Because pretty much with buying traffic, you show up with your credit card and you say, hey, run me some ads and this is how much I'll pay each day. And pretty much the day you show up, maybe you got to have some approval and other things like that. But the day you show up and hand them money, they can start sending you traffic. Now, how good is the traffic? How steady is the traffic? How much does it convert? Well, hey, that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
But typically, this is where you get steady traffic. And then the question is, okay, Stu, if you were spending $100 and getting $500 back, how many $100 would you spend a day?
All of them.
All of them. Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the game. Now, it takes a lot to get to that. And then, just running, you're not going to just run one ad and be rich for the rest of your life and other stuff. But that's the name of the game. So buying traffic is steady. You can scale it. But it also has the highest level of what? It's a 4-letter word that starts with I and rhymes with isk. Risk, Stu. Risk.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's risk.
Yeah.
There is definitely risk with this. And I hear some, oh, it's only risky if you don't know what you're, no, bullshit. You can blow money. People can cheat. People can do it. Anybody who's really run a whole lot of ads, and I'm not saying I have, I do know that in 1 year we spent $1 million on Facebook ads. Okay. And I know that there's a lot of risk there. And there's risk it won't work. There's risk that it will work. And then some automated algorithm over at Facebook or somewhere else will cut out your account and you can't talk to a human being. I've known people whose businesses have been ruined through no fault of their own. So steady, scalable, very risky. Not calling you off, saying not to do it, but truth is truth. Now, borrowing traffic. Oh, and this is fast. That's the other thing. You can get it same day. It's like the fast food of traffic. Now, borrowing traffic. Everybody's dream is to have somebody with a big list endorse them. Everybody's dream is for somebody, I can flat guarantee you, Stu, that if Tony Robbins sent out an email and said, you need to buy Stu Smith's Never Quit Mindset book, that you would sell a few books. And if Tony offered to do an hour-long Q&A webinar with you as a bonus for everybody who bought the book, I can guarantee y'all would sell some books.
Yeah.
I also guarantee that however much hundreds of thousands of dollars that you made, Tony would want at least half of it. Probably. Would you pay him that half?
Sure.
Gladly. So that's ideal. However, having a super affiliate like that might take weeks, months, or even years to cultivate the relationship. Now, I have been the #1 affiliate for some of the biggest launches in the history of our corner of the internet. I was the #1 affiliate for John Reese's infamous $1 Million Day. I was the #1 affiliate for Russell Brunson's Traffic Secrets. I was the #1 affiliate for several things. Does that mean I'm going to promote your thing? No, not even close. So don't ask, because I'm just not going to do it. And, now if I know you, like you, trust you, have done business with you for a long time, know that it's a great fit for my business, then I might do it. So I wasn't saying no to you, Stu. I was just saying.
Oh, I know. You're good.
So this is where everybody wants to be, but this might take forever. And I can also tell you, hey, Stu, do you offer your products through affiliates? Like, can any chucklehead show up, get a link, and start promoting your stuff?
No.
No, why not? Because I think you used to do that.
I used to do that. This is pay in the neck.
Why?
It's just not worth my effort.
Right.
I mean, it really isn't. There's
right.
Yeah.
affiliates, just random off the street chuckleheads that want to promote your stuff that you don't know, that aren't members of your site, that aren't customers. Now, the best affiliates usually are customers. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
true.
But just random people that, hey, I could sell your stuff. They create more problems than they ever solve, like by a factor of infinite.
Yes.
And then getting on a big site like military.com takes a while, if you can
Yeah.
even do it. You've been on there
Yeah.
for like what, 25 years, 20 years?
Yeah. But I mean, getting on there was a coup.
Right,
It took some sweet talking.
right. And that's kind of like me, writing for the newspaper. It took some balls to ask, but it also had some circumstances that were there and the right timing in order to go for it. And so again, borrowing traffic, yes, great thing to do, but it's a process.
You want to
It
hear a cool
is.
story real quick, Jim?
Sure, I'd love to hear a cool story.
So the day I got called and said, "Hey, yeah, we'd love to have you on our website, 3 articles a week. We'll pay you this amount of much money." I'm like, "Okay." I was on a road trip with a security consulting firm back in 2003, I think it was, maybe 2002.
Mhm.
Yeah, 2002. And it completely changed. Um, I told my boss that I said, "This is my last trip." It completely changed what I wanted to do. And, that was kind of like my first step into consistent writing.
Yeah, yeah. I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. And how fortunate the whole world
And
is
it,
that
and
that
it was a
happened.
side gig. It was a side gig for a couple of years.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
But but part of that is being out there because
Yep.
like Chip was telling me with his book, he wrote the book and then he followed the process for launching it and reaching out to media, and a magazine loved his book, loved him, interviewed him, bottom line, writing a column for the magazine, and he's doing training for all their customers. And that will change the trajectory of your life as well. So just
Yeah.
saying that, but you got to be in the game. Anyway, that's a
Yeah.
cool story.
Yeah.
Last, owning it, building it, blog posts, social media sort of, but email newsletter. Blog posts depend on SEO. Okay, you look up Stu Smith on Google, and Google's either stolen from him or they'll actually link to him or tell you about him. But that's because Stu's got a crap ton of content out there, and it's just indexed 9 ways from Sunday.
Yeah.
And then email newsletter, all of this other stuff should at least kind of funnel everybody. Shitty funnel, but all of this stuff should funnel people into your email newsletter, into your email list. So you've got paid people, free people, but you need to get these people's emails as at a minimum, because ultimately this is the only thing that you can sort of own. You get kicked off Facebook, you get kicked off YouTube, you get kicked off all these other places. If you've got your email list, then you can contact people. And it's interesting because I got guys that I watch on Facebook, and if you do what you're supposed to do, which is love me, hate me, there's no money in the middle, somebody's going to hate you and they're looking for a way to screw you. And this guy got hit on YouTube with a copyright infringement thing, which is one of the worst things that can happen to you on YouTube. And the interesting thing is that you see all these people massively violating copyright all the time, so it's very subjective. But anyway, it scared the crap out of him, and so he is now proactively making offers and doing stuff in his YouTube to get people to join his mailing list. And he's telling people, join the mailing list, because if they cancel me, you might never be able to find me.
Damn.
And super fans respond to stuff. Oh man, I got to support this guy. So that's something to keep in mind. Anyway, so 3 ways to get traffic: buy traffic. 3 categories for getting traffic: buy traffic, borrow traffic, build traffic. And you don't want to do just one. You want to do all 3. Now, a few tips. Stu gave one. We're going to investigate that a little further. Stu, you said something about, before I spend money on it, I see if there's anything to it before I'm going to, blow 50 or 100, 200 bucks on it.
Yes.
What's the criteria? Kind of walk me through that process real fast so people understand exactly what you were talking about.
Well, you know what, Jim? I'll show you.
Oh, hey, hell yeah. Let's do
How's
that.
this? Yeah.
I think that'd be great. You going to show your screen, or are you just going to show me and reflecting from your eyeballs?
I'll show my screen. Let me see here. Where am I? What the heck? Where'd you go, Jim? Oh, there you are.
I'm still here, Stu.
All right. So we're on Instagram, right? So this morning I wrote an article and I put it up on here. So this is it. And oh man,
Okay.
I can't stop it. Why
I
can't
know it goes
it?
really fast. You can hit.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right. So I came up with this coaching cue for someone who's a non-swimming athlete.
Okay.
And I said, when you try to run fast, you move your legs faster, you move your arms faster, your heart rate goes up because you're putting more effort into it.
Right.
Right? That's obvious, right? Well, swimming, you can't do that, because he was all like, I mean, just moving like crazy. Right? I was like, you can't do that,
machine.
man. You got to glide. You got to glide. You're just beating up the water.
Yeah.
So I put this little title in here, and I think this title was just right, because right here at the bottom it said, it clicked after I said this.
Okay.
Right. And so that I can't pull up the analytics on this.
Okay.
But I can on my phone, and it says I'm at and I only did this 2 hours ago. I already have 76 link clicks.
Oh wow.
In an hour. So I mean, it's probably going to put me over probably 300 or 400 for the day. And if that's the case,
you done showing your screen?
Yeah, I'm trying to undo it here.
Okay.
Am I not on it?
No,
okay,
you're
there
off
we go.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if that's the case, I will boost it up on my Facebook and Instagram. And get some more paid eyeballs on it.
And how much typically will you spend ish?
I usually go $100 for 2 days.
Okay.
So $50 a day, something like that. See what that does. And if that hits it, takes it another level higher, I'll do it for, spread that out over a week. And if it continues doing that, I'll go a little further. But eventually it kind of dies out.
Yeah.
I've tried to keep going for a month, and I was just wasting money.
Right. And that's typical with any creative.
Yeah.
In my experience. So that you pretty much you get a couple 3-4 weeks out of something and then it's dead. So you got a set of ads coming, a set of ads working, and a set of ads going.
Yes.
But that is basically, step one, put stuff up. If it works, yes or no. Okay, well, let me do it this way. Works, no, or yes. If no, okay, we're done.
Yeah, didn't waste anything. Yeah.
Right. Then boost. And then if it keeps working, then boost until dead. Or maybe before it's dead. But that's real simple, and we're not talking about thousands of bucks. We're talking like, and
Yeah.
we were
Couple
talking
hundred.
about risk, but it's a lot less risky to boost something that you can see is already working. Because
Yes.
boosting it is basically telling the platform, hey, show this to more people, like the people that are already responding to it.
Right.
Show it to it's like the old days of Facebook where your subscribers actually saw your stuff instead of 2% of the people seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
So one way though to put up content, and you're like, well, that sounds like I got to put up a lot of content. Well, yeah, you need to put up content, but guess what? A fast way to come up with content is to repurpose the content that is working.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got a presentation, then that can become articles. Or if you've got an article, that can become a video. Or if you've got a video that really hits, you can turn it into an article. What we're doing is we're curating ideas that resonate with people that are naturally going to lead them to our evergreen webinar. And the best place to go to find content that will resonate with people that we want to get on our webinar or our training is inside the webinar or training itself. Does that make sense? I mean, if
Absolutely.
you've already laid out your stories, your frameworks, your quotes, your all that stuff, why would I want to reinvent the wheel to try and promote the thing I've already got when I can use copy and content to take that content from that webinar and turn it into all the stuff that's naturally going to lead to people wanting to be on that.
Nice.
So when you look at all this stuff and go, oh my God, I don't have time for that. If you've got something that you're trying to promote, you've already done the mental heavy lifting to create all the stuff you're going to do to push it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you ever pull out parts from your books and turn them into articles, or
Oh,
do
yeah.
you? Okay.
Absolutely. I pull articles and put them into books.
Same thing with your videos.
Yeah.
Now, if I go to here, we're going to do this real quick. If I go to the Google and I put in Stu Smith Fitness Store, Stu Smith Fitness, Stu Smith Fitness, Stu Smith, Stu Smith, Stu Smith, Stu Smith, Stu Smith, PDF, cricketer. Who's that chump?
No idea.
Yeah, don't care. Look, we got videos from Stu Smith. Man, it's Stu Smith all day, all the time. Why do you think that is, Stu?
I don't know. I guess they find me because I got a ton of stuff out there.
That because you've got a ton of stuff out there, and it's probably reasonably done so that it can be found in the search engines too.
Yeah.
So just learning and understanding basic Q&A, I mean basic SEO, search engine optimization, which most people don't do, and just churning out a bunch of content that is very on topic. And then you do a lot of stuff where you link. This is something you do. I've seen you do. It's not on here. Where's your blog on here? Your articles?
Articles right there. Click that art.
There
Like
it is.
right there you
Okay.
go. Boom.
One of the things that you do
Oh, there's a
that
ton of
is,
articles in this one.
yes, but instinctively you do what search engines love, in that you link to other articles and other videos and other stuff that automatically creates what the search engines are looking for. I don't know if you were doing that on purpose or you were just trying to lay every landmine you could and weren't worried about the search engines, but this is why you have so much in the search engines.
Yeah.
Because you do this. This is
Yeah.
one of the biggest reasons. And was that on purpose?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And it just helps me explain it without writing a whole gigantic paragraph.
Right.
Because they click that, they can see what I'm saying in a video.
It's kind of like your own footnotes,
Yeah.
but it creates this giant web of stuff that Google just loves. But if I were to go to Google right now and put in get better at CSS, now that might be
Could be the computer.
cascading style sheets. So let's
Yeah.
do at combat swimmer or combat, what is it?
Side stroke.
Side stroke. Ah, those people suck. We don't know them. These are all posers. I bet if you went back and looked, they've all bought your books.
Oh, there's a few. There's a military.com one in there.
Oh, there is where?
Yeah, just right down there.
Oh, and that's a Steve Smith article. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you're in there. You're on the first page. But if someone were to put in improve your, now this is where Steve's like, okay, Jim, we get it. Okay. Bottom line though is that don't look at this stuff that we're talking about here, the stuff that you need to do the promotion, as an extra job. Leverage the stuff you've already done. And copying content makes it super easy for you to be able to do that. To be able to take an article and turn it into a video into an article, or slice and dice up your transcript of your presentation and turn it into all that stuff, or create ads or checklists or all that other stuff. So that's, I think, part of the reason why people don't do this. And if they don't do this, then they can't get over here to this, is because they think it's going to be a massive amount of work in addition to all the work that they already put out. But it doesn't have to be.
Mm-hmm.
And this right here with the borrowing, with finding affiliates, with finding JV partners. Have you ever, if I say to you, Stu, dig your well before you're thirsty, what does that mean to you?
I guess kind of start with the architecture of what you're trying to do.
No, make a friend before you need a friend.
Oh, okay.
Be a friend before you need a friend.
Okay.
Start building relationships with people.
Okay, gotcha.
Who could benefit you and you could benefit them.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of people like that. It's like you ever been in MLM? Anybody ever recruited you into like Amway or selling diet cookies and other shit like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody gets hit with the entrepreneurial gateway drug at least once.
Yeah, it's a retired military go-to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And the problem is that everybody falls into this mindset of the heavy hitter. Do you know what the heavy hitter is?
Yeah.
If I can just recruit this one guy,
right,
we're all gonna get rich. And nobody ever recruits that one guy. And people join thinking, oh man, if I can just get my buddy Fred to do this, I'm gonna get rich and I won't have to do anything. And Fred's like, screw you, dude, don't call me. So then you make a list of everyone you've known since kindergarten and you wear out every welcome you ever had anywhere. Then you end up poor, alone, and bankrupt. So just be careful with your MLM. This is not going after the heavy hitter. It's building relationships with people that you could potentially help and they could potentially help you. And building a relationship takes time. So you need to be strategic about it and not be manipulative, not be opportunistic, but think to yourself, who would it make sense for me to be connected with? because I could benefit them and they could benefit me, and it could create a mutually beneficial relationship. I remember a story that W. Clement Stone told in his book, The Success System That Never Fails. I mean, I read this book over 35 years ago. And he basically said when he was in high school, he had a realization that he needed to pick his friends carefully, and that he was only going to be friends with smart kids and kids that were going somewhere. And so he only made friends with those kind of kids. And the business lesson was you get to choose who you want to be friends with in business too. And so you need to look out there and say, okay, who do I need to be friends with? And how do you become friends with somebody? Be a friend. Be a friend to them. Promote their stuff. One of the easiest ways to get somebody to at least consider promoting your stuff is to effectively promote their stuff.
Yep.
That doesn't just mean, oh, I sold one of your things as an affiliate. I want you to send something, your whole list for me. I'm like, no. But becoming friends, building relationships, that's building strategic partnerships. That is called building a business. It's not running promotions on the internet, treating your business like going down to the gas station and buying 10 scratch tickets, and that's your plan for retirement. I'm going to hit the $1 million one. That's not how it works. But that's the truth of this, building relationships with people. So, the biggest thing, and Stu, through doing this, is teaching you a lesson, which is you track. The other thing you got to do is track where your traffic's coming from, track where it's coming from and whether it's converting, so that you can double down on the stuff that's working. But if you only do one thing half-assed and nothing happens, you got nothing to double down on. And at the very beginning of this entire discussion, what did Stu say? When I said, hey, Stu, how often do you do something to get some traffic over to your offers? What'd you say?
Every day.
Every day, Jim. Every day.
Every day.
In very Ron Burgundy fashion. And so my parting advice for you would be to, at a minimum, have a weekly traffic routine. Now, routine can be good. It can also be bad, because if you fall into a routine that's not working, because I've seen some people, I posted on Facebook for 500 days in a row. Yeah, but it wasn't working. You posted 490 days too long doing shit that didn't work. So the traffic routine is try something, see if it works. If it works, keep doing it, and have something else that you're doing, because the same traffic thing won't work forever. So you got to have a whole bunch of little sources of traffic, in my mind, testing, so that you can find the ones that turn into main arteries feeding your business. And it doesn't have to be 40 hours a week, but if you don't ever, you could do everything we talked about this month. You could do everything that we taught on the masterclass. You could have the perfect evergreen webinar, evergreen training offer set up. And if you're not now consistently driving traffic, you might as well have not even done it. Because what did we say? What was the tagline of our original book, Stu? The gist of it?
The DIY media marketing. You're not a real estate agent that sells real estate. You're a media company that sells real estate.
Yep. You're a marketer. You're a media marketing company, which that's all we're talking about here. All these different forms of media. You're a marketer that happens to be selling whatever it is you're selling. If you're a marketer that's selling speaking services, you're a marketer that's selling fitness books, you're a marketer that's selling your leadership training. You are not an author. trying to sell it. Now, you might wear an author hat to write the book, and you wear an author hat when you're talking to people about your book. But to promote that book, your hiney better have a real good marketer hat that you put on. We can wear multiple hats. Stu's got a couple of them behind him. So anyway, and you got any final thoughts on this, Stu?
No, this is a fun one. I buy, borrow, build, wrote that down. That's one of those classics you just got to remember.
Yeah.
And do it every day.
And do it every day.
At least the borrow and build portion. You don't have to buy something every day, but
yeah. 100%. 100%. Okay, everybody. Well, we appreciate you. And this is pretty much the end of July's topic. And so as a teaser, I can tell you, if I pull up my thingy, next month's topic is going to be follow-up funnels, free and paid, sales funnels and stuff. So, yep, that's what we're doing. All right.
Maybe a few Genie walkthroughs between now and then.
So, and when we say about follow-up funnels, we're not talking. We will be talking somewhat about emails and stuff, but what we're really talking about is, okay, somebody's in your ecosystem now. What's the next thing you're going to offer them, and how are you going to do it? So when we say follow-up funnel, it's like as a follow-up to what they came into. What's the next step? All right, everybody. Appreciate you. Great job, Stu. If they want to get in shape, it's not too late to get that beach body. It's still hot.
That's right.
Where are they going to go?
Fitness. We're going to do that. Going back to school sale soon.
There you go. Damn. Not that. You got at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Well, I know if you're in college, you're going back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta get
ready.
Right,
everybody. If you're not a member or elite member of CopyandContent.AI, you should be. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.